Thank you guys so much for attending yesterday's session. It was very good. I know some people didn't join yesterday because it was a working day. But anyways, like today is a weekend, so we are on off. So you can utilize the session maximum what we can. And coming to the query of Namrata, yes, Jatin will be having the bullet points overview, like what we covered yesterday. Of course, this call is getting recorded. We have also recorded the call. So after the workshop is done tomorrow, we will also upload on YouTube channel. So you also can have a look on that. And of course, like when Jatin start a new session today, he will be having a little bit overview in a very quick wrap up so that you guys can understand like what we have done yesterday. And then following, he will be taking the new topics. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah. And people are still joining. So today also we will be focusing more on the technical aspect, where we will be having the instance demo, or we will be taking more new topics. We also have got a lot of consultation call yesterday based on the link that we have provided. We also have got a lot of queries about this and that. So we have tried to cover everything in today's session. And we also have a session tomorrow at the same time, 11 to 2. And tomorrow will be the last session for this workshop. And it's a weekend, so try to utilize this opportunity as much as you can. Okay. And then probably we can get a good benefit out of this. Okay. All right. So let me quickly share my screen. So basically the agenda for today is like we will be having the technical discussions. Along with that, uh, I would like to share something because I know the crowd is totally of mix. Okay. And I will also try to show you like what exactly we are covering. Apart from apart from ITOM training, of course, we also have created 4 combos. That means like first is admin and development, which people already know. Some people who don't know, they can enroll for admin and development course. Um, you will also get the link on the Teams chat. You also can browse on your laptop and phones simultaneously with me. Another is like we have combo 2. In combo 2, we are focusing on admin development plus JavaScripting and fundamentals of scripting service now. So here is people like mid-range of 2 to 3 years of experience who know admin and development, but they are little slightly facing some issues on the scripting part because they are working like core on the um, like scripting part or the development part or the custom application with respect to any modules. Combo 3 is like addition of admin development, and we are moving to little bit of ITOM here. Okay, so combo 3 is not full of ITOM, but it's a mix of both. So anyways, like tomorrow we will be showing you the full ITOM course and the structure course what we are offering, because the intention of this entire workshop is ITOM. Okay, not this combo, but we are just highlighting this like what we also have in our portfolio. So coming to combo 4, we have JavaScript fundamentals, ServiceNow scripting fundamentals, advanced Java. So here is like pro hardcore developer, I can say, who is working on the lead level, 5 years, 6 years of experience. We have also included fundamentals of GenAI. Okay, and you will also get the integration fundamentals. So a lot of things covered in combo 4, where an experienced person can definitely take an advantage. As you know, GenAI is a very hot topic right now. ServiceNow also has recently launched GenAI, and no other institute is providing GenAI fundamentals till now, as per my confirmation. So we are also providing GenAI fundamentals because that is most needed. There there has been a job rollout for GenAI. There has been a rollout for AI into ServiceNow. But to be very frank, there are no resource available into the market who knows about GenAI very strongly. So the JD has started rolling out in the market, but companies are not getting GenAI people. In fact, we also got some queries from the company that if we have these people with us, we said like we have a couple of people, but they don't have strong experience on that part. So the next week they have a couple of interviews scheduled. That is not like globally we are doing, but on a personal level we are doing. We have shared some profiles to them. and people have some like 2 to 3 people have some first level of interview next week, and let's see how the results we get out of that. And we have also shared the syllabus to the our technical team. Like this, we have covered, and they were okay with these things. But fingers crossed. Let's see. So these are the four things that we have covered, and we will be covering. And this is the wide range of package that we have. So tomorrow we will be again focusing on the item. Tomorrow we will be focusing on the item structured syllabus in detail, like what we are covering right from the basic to the advanced level. So this is just an alternative, people who don't want to go with ITOM first, but they would like to go with admin and development. So Pallavi, have you shared the link on the Teams chat so that people can walk through again? And you also can share
Yes.
your screen, and yeah, you also can share a screen and quickly uh, navigate it fast a little bit, because we have to hand over the session to Jatin, and then uh, you will also get this link. You also can have a look from your end in your convenient time, and then if you have queries, questions based on this combos, definitely you can raise us to us. Okay. So yeah, over to
Okay,
you,
sure.
Pallavi. I'll stop
Yes.
sharing my
So,
screen.
sure. I will start sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes.
We'll start with combo one.
Okay. So you can, this is admin and development syllabus, what we are covering. People who would like to enroll for admin and development. Okay, take it down, Pallavi, quickly.
Yes.
Okay, this is the course requirement, course objectives, course detail, user sessions, user transactions, authentication, groups and roles, permissions. Take it down. Okay, see, this is course details. Okay, notification, performance analytical. Okay, list layout, form layout, list editing, application navigator. Okay, and we are also having server-side scripting. This is also like in the admin part still going. Now comes to development part. So in development, we will be teaching you about the coding, the development. Uh, Take it down. Yeah, take it down.
Okay.
Yes,
And the duration for this is 5 to 6 weeks.
yes. This is for weekdays, 5 to 6 weeks, 1 hour per day. And timings will be communicated to you because everyone has different choice. So we are trying to form the batch as per their convenient. So you can go with the next combo too.
Yes. So combo two has scripting part, JavaScript fundamentals, and ServiceNow scripting. So you can see there are also lab sessions and assignments. Topics are week wise. Everything is covered here. Loops, arrays. This is for week 3 to 5, what will be covered here. And also we are including flow designers and a mini project, which will give you experience like as if you are working on a project in an organization. This is ServiceNow scripting. These are the topics. We are covering client side and server side scripting. And this is advanced scripting and final project. So this was about combo 2, and let me show you combo 3 also. So in combo 3, you will see the topics from ITOM as well, like discovery, mid servers. See, in week 1, we are covering the basic admin and development. Okay. In week 2 also, week 1, week 2. Then from week 3, we are starting from the JavaScript fundamentals. And from fourth week onwards, we are moving towards ITOM. These are the topics: CMDB fundamentals, mid servers, and also lab sessions, assignments, scenario based questions. These are the discovery fundamentals. And also, we are covering Gen AI, the basic fundamentals of Gen AI. Week 3 is followed by integrations. So basically, REST integration, SOAP integration, and then we'll see the final project. So in this way, this combo 3, it has ITSM and ITOM. It is mixture of both of them, and also Gen AI. And this is combo 4. This combo 4 is for pro developers who aim to become that. Okay, let me show you. It has all the advanced topics for scripting. Admin and development here will not be covered in detail because it is considered that if you're taking this combo, then you're already knowing it. And but for revision, we are covering admin and development. Okay, from revision perspective, and see the topics. Scripting fundamentals for both for JavaScript and for ServiceNow scripting. We are covering both fundamentals as well as advanced. These are some advanced JavaScript topics covered in week 5. In week 6, you can see Gen AI. And week 7, integrations, integration hub, web services, REST APIs. Advanced ServiceNow scripting in week 8 and week 9. Also followed by a final project because it has many topics. Okay, so that's why the duration here will be 10 to 12 weeks for combo 4. And apart from this, we are also sharing the ebooks with you. Ebooks have the ebooks which will be shared. They are having this scripting part. Okay, and also interview series that we are having that also will be shared with you. Okay, so I hope everything is clear till here. I will also provide you the link, and I think I have provided the link in chat box also. Okay, Tasif, may I stop sharing the screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, fine.
Okay, guys. So this was the something about syllabus that we also have this variant apart from ITOM. So people have inquired like what is like the process for registration. So we have a separate link for registration who would like to enroll and you can register there. You will also have the drop down option to choose 1, 2, 3, 4 as per your choice because we have registration doesn't mean that it's confirmed confirmed like registration, but you can just opt that registration and you can when you fill that form, definitely we will come to know that you have filled form and then we'll get back to you. Then we can discuss about the pricings and those things because every combo has different pricing. So we will confirm you pricing over the call. Um, and tomorrow we will be discussing about the pricing so for the item syllabus and everything, item classes. So this was something about like we wanted to showcase these things. But let's go today back to session of ITOM. Like our intention is here for ITOM training and ITOM sessions. So back to Jatin, okay, so that I can have some sessions today. So yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much. And Jatin will follow the next session. We'll have also a 15 minutes of break, and then again we can connect when Jatin tells you the break timings. Okay, Jatin, over to you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Joseph. Hi, everyone. Morning. So, in the previous session, we have discussed about the item discovery, the whole item, and the discussion about the cloud computing. And we have did one practical session for the mid-server installation, right? So, where we have discussed about like cloud computing, what is that, how many flavors we have, what is private, public, and hybrid cloud. And under that, we have seen some of the scenarios based on the real-time environment, why the cloud is there, what is the requirement of that and all. Then we move toward the item discussion, like what is the item, why we use, why the companies are purchasing that item. Then we move toward the under the item, there is a three modules, the major three modules, which is your discovery, service mapping, event management. Majorly, yesterday we have discussed about the item, which is doing like the scanning of the infrastructure and maintaining the information under the CMDB, right? And we have discussed like what is the CMDB, the basic part of the CMDB, their hierarchy, their tables. Okay. After that, we have seen the mid server, and after we have run the discovery to my own laptop. Okay, so that we can see what the data is capturing when we are running the discovery. So after that, you guys did by your own self the installation of the mid server. So that is the session which we have did yesterday. So anyone who have the questions, anyone wanted to discuss on these parts, so let's start the discussion over there. Then we can start our new session. Anyone have any query which they wanted to discuss with me?
Good day, Jatin. This is Rajesh here. Yesterday we were not able to attend the session. Is it possible to just do a quick wrap before we get into the session two?
Sure. We will
Thank
do
you.
that. And also, Pallavi will help you to get the whole session video with you. Okay. Under the group, she will send you.
Sure.
Yes, it will
Thank
be uploaded on YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So anyone who wants to discuss about the technical part? If not, then I'm gonna be start the session. Okay. So I have a one question to Rajesh. So Rajesh, have you already working in ServiceNow or you are new to ServiceNow?
Yeah. So I'm already working in service now.
Okay. So in which module?
Service now and CMDB
Okay, you are
integrations.
for this. Okay,
Yeah.
integrations and maintaining the CMDB data, right?
Right.
Where you're just making the processes and best practices to maintain the data into the CMDB,
Exactly.
the attributes, right?
Yeah, the PCs and other things. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, great, great, great. So at least you have a knowledge like what we are storing under the CMDB, what is the CI now, right?
Yeah.
So yesterday we have discussed basically the basic thing, like the starting point of the item. Okay. There I have given the overview of the platform, like what is the panel, what is the navigation bar, what is the filter navigator and all, right? Then I move toward the cloud computing part, like what is the cloud? Okay. What is the cloud services? So like we all know that cloud is a platform. Okay. As for the backend, if I can talk about, it's a service which is maintained by the cloud provider, right? They are providing you the service, right, which you are using. And that services we can say like infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, right? Where under the infrastructure as a service, we are taking the VMs, network devices, and other as a service. Okay, we can go to the AWS and Azure cloud and we can take our devices for our certain users, right? The same, the PaaS services, which will give you the platform as a service, where you will get the service which is you wanted to as a platform. And that is also, it could possibility that it's a software also. Like if you wanted to use the MongoDB server, right? You want the MongoDB, you want to use the database and any of the database or any Kubernetes service, clustering service or anything, right? So what the typically you can do, you have to go to the cloud platform and you have to buy that service. They will provide you the URLs or connectivity strings and all for your usage. But in that case, you don't have to worry about the maintenance of that part, right? You just only have to use it, correct? The maintenance part is taken care by the that cloud provider, right? So we have discussed on that. Once that discussion is completed, we move toward the ITOM part, like what is the ITOM? Basically, ITOM is the IT operation management system, which is coming under the ServiceNow platform, and that is a module of the ServiceNow, one of the module, because ServiceNow serves a lot of modules where you have ITSM, HRSD, HAM, SAM, ITOM, SecOps, right? GRC. So they have a different modules. So we are typically discussing about the ITOM, which is our main topic. So under the ITOM, we are going to do what? So we are going to maintain the customer's IT infrastructure in terms of discovery, in terms of service mapping, in terms of event management, right? Under the discovery, we are gathering the data about the customer's infrastructure. It could be that hardware, it could be there is a software components which is working in the customer's environment. And that environment also have a bifurcation, like that it could be a on-prem data center, or it is on cloud, or it is on their shared services or something, right? Possibility was also there, like customer created their own cloud platform also, right? That is also a possibility. So under the discovery, you have to configure your discovery to populate the data, whatever the customer is running as a load in their infrastructure. As per the load, the customer typically in the environment, what we are going to see? We are going to see the servers, we're going to see the network devices, storages, cloud services, right? The PaaS services, we can see OpenStack clustering, Kubernetes, and basically mostly the network devices are covered under the network component. So I can bifurcate also that the routers, switches, load balancers, firewalls, your access points, your cloud access controllers, and so on, so right. So under the discovery, we are maintaining that data. For maintaining that data, there is a various ways. So those ways we can say, one is the out of the box discovery process, second is integration, third is the manual input. Okay. If I'm talking about the integration, integration is kind of like if you are doing any transform app or anything, right? That is the my integration. Okay. Manual import, I can say I have a Excel and I'm importing that Excel into the CMDB. Correct. Now, after that, we discussed about the CMDB. So the CMDB is like a common management database, right? That database is a separate database created for the ITOM to maintain the IT infrastructure, because the IT infrastructure have the relationships, right? So the CMDB is also built based on the relationship to create a relationship, and those tables are working as a child and parent and child relationship, right? Every table have their own parent or own child, and also itself some of the tables are a child, parent, and your master table, correct? Under we have seen the hierarchy, like first we have a CMDB table which have the two bifurcation, which is a child of the CMDB. One is your CI table, second is your relationship table. Relationship table is typically store all your the relationships, whatever it's creating, like runs on, creates on, connected by, created by, and anything, right? Then you have a CI table where have a two bifurcations. They have a lot of bifurcations, but majorly we discuss about the two. One is your hardware, second is your software, right? Hardware contains your all the hardware components which is typically a hardware device, and the software contains all the software information where you can say like email service, mail server, Apache, Tomcat, and your DB, MongoDB, PostgreSQL. I'm saying the name which I know where I have worked, and there is a lot of names out there, right? VMs are also a part of this application table because that's a part of the application when we are discovering the VM. Okay, but when we are discovering that VM as a server, that is going to be converted into the hardware, right? And under that, there is a two options like virtual server and physical server. Correct? So once we have did that, we discussed about the med server because like we are connecting with the machines, right? And we have discussed about the backend of the ServiceNow. So the backend of the ServiceNow is kind of like whatever the platform you are getting. It's a PaaS service, right? It's a PaaS platform as a service, right? But that is hosted in the ServiceNow data center, and it could be a possibilities in anywhere in the globe, right? You don't have that idea, right? But in the terminology, in the understandable way, we can say this is a ServiceNow cloud, right? So when we say this, so let's suppose if I wanted to connect with the customer environment, I required some connectivity or something which helped me to make a connectivity and help me to talk to the customer environment, right? Because if one data center is automatically connected to the second data center, that is a very big security concern. That means anyone can access any of the data center from anywhere, right? So for maintaining the isolation, there is a firewall layers, there is some security layers are there, which is preventing from the outside network. Outside network cannot come to the inside of the data center without the permission, right? For giving that permission, ServiceNow comes with their own, we can say the tool, okay? That basically that's a service, but we can, as per the understandable terminology, we can say the tool, okay? And the tool name is mid server. The name is also giving you the mediator kind of thing, right? It's a mid server, which is helping us to communicate towards the ServiceNow instance to the mid server. Okay, and the mid server directly communicating to the customer's environment, and that does not have any limit. Like you can install in the customer's on-prem data center, you can also install in the cloud also. Okay. Once we have did it that discussion, I have run the discovery for my machine to showing like how the discoveries look like, where we have to navigate, okay, and what's the data it's going to be visible to us, right? Then once we did that, I have did a session with the team, like for the installation of the mid server. We have did the whole installation where there is some team will sponsor their laptop, they can share their screen, and they did. I have guided those people. They did by their own self, right? So that is the whole session we have did it, Rajesh, yesterday. So if you have any questions based on that, you want to discuss something, this is the open session.
Got it. So no, thanks for giving the gist on that. So it seems that you have covered a lot of things. That is very surprising. Yeah, that's great as well. So some of the questions I have seen the discovery there's a difference between an on-prem the infrastructure devices that are being discovered in the IT landscape, and then we have the on the cloud infrastructure devices. So just want to understand how do we discover certain things, and to which appropriate classes those infrastructure devices information flows in. So for example, if I have a SQL database, right? So you have a SQL database. Within that, you have multiple instances of SQL database running in, right? And then when the discovery runs, it discovers, and then it brings those information into different classes, and then it tries to put these information into some of the instances. I have seen this for the Oracle basically, and I often get confused, what kind of information it goes to the parent table. There might be some Oracle on the top, and then you have instances, and then there's a disconnect between those two classes as well. that is also like I have observed. So like no, my intent was uh, to attend this training is like no, if you can just provide us like uh, how to start with the discovery, what are the necessary things that we need to have as a prerequisite while talking to the clients, that we need to gather, and like no, while installing like no, while implementing like ITOM, what are the different stages that you do it as a brainstorming exercise, and then what are the challenges that you get it once it goes live. So, and how do you troubleshoot them? Like no, it can be anything, like it can be the process side of it, it can be your technical side of it, or like no, there can be some, like you might be doing a fine tune in your patterns. So for example, like no, we did have one of the challenges where like no, I'm sorry, I'm just hijacking your
No
time.
problem.
Just
No
sorry,
problem.
sorry for this. So like no, we want to like no populate one of the attributes in a CI class. So like no, it is called as the environment to which it belongs to, right? So it is pretty hard to get it those information, like no, to get it from the discovery, and it is not like available like within the scope of discovery. Like no, whether you try to do a fine tune in your the patterns as well, you won't be getting that. So how shall we populate those kind of information, like no, whether that IP subnet belong? So like no, I have seen the same IP subnet might host devices that might be in test, prod, and development. So how do we capture that? Those were the kind of like no challenges that we had. So like no, if you can just not right
Sure.
now, like no,
Okay. No
yeah,
problem. No problem.
those are
Now,
the
now I'm
things.
gonna
Thank
be
you.
come. Yeah, that's a great question you have asked. That I'm waiting from the last session. Okay. So basically, you have a understanding of that. That's why you are asking those kinds of a question, like because you have worked on that scenarios, right? So
Yeah.
it's a real it's a basically we can say the real examples which we are facing in the real time environment, right? So yes, we are going to cover these topics, okay, like in terms of the prerequisite, in terms of the planning of the project starting, because from last 3 to 4 years I'm running the whole project from the scratch, the item projects where we are maintaining whole your 3 or 4 topics where we are doing the customization in the attribute population, automation of the population of the attributes. Like, see, environment is not stored in the system, right? But we have to make a logic to populate that environment, right?
Right.
And making the strategy to populate the things and creating the uh, we can see the policies of the CMDB and all, right? Also the customization of the patterns. I have created a lot of patterns in the various for the various customers recently. Like as you said, like there is a customization, there is a we require the customization to populate the data and the pattern, right? So you also know there is a one class called Aruba, right? There is a Aruba devices, which is basically your access points in the company, right? So typically, ServiceNow out of the box supports the Aruba devices discovery when that is in your on-prem data center, right? But when it is on cloud devices, ServiceNow does not support. Okay, we have sent a mail to the ServiceNow for the help of that, but they directly sent to us. It's not supported by the ServiceNow. You can directly say the customer it's not supported. We are not doing that. Okay, but me and my team, we did it that we have created the customization over there. We have populated that data into the Aruba class, right? So in the service now, you have a possibilities to do anything, but it's totally depend on your strategies. Okay, your thinking, how much you can do. And as per the like concluding under the session, so see, this is the workshop where we cannot conclude the whole things like the customization or everything, right?
Agreed. Yeah. Agreed.
But at least I will give you. So yesterday what we have did, I have given the session where people can see what we are going to do under the item, okay, so that they can understand the things. Today my session is I'm going to be give you like whatever we have did yesterday, what is the requirement for that. Okay, we are going to cover the requirement under that. But for the customization, that I have to plan that in the next session, because the customization itself needs at least 2 to 3 hours, right? To planning the strategy. Okay, where I have to make a changes under that pattern, what pattern I have to select, and what pattern it's running right now. Based on that, I have to make a configuration changes, right? So yes, I will give you that session so that you will at least learn something to attending this workshop, because the motto of this workshop is to give you some understanding, not whole, but at least you will learn something about the item. Okay, I have the knowledge the item, now I can plan. I have to jump into the item, or I have to jump into the ITSM and walk in other any module, right?
Yeah.
So,
Correct?
so Jatin, so all
Yes.
these points will be covered in your item session, right? The actual item session. So whatever the
Yes.
Rajesh
Yes.
query, it
Correct.
will be
Correct.
covered, right?
All
Okay.
correct. Because yesterday when I did the session for the mid server, I have given the session, okay, what you have to do into the platform and how you have to install the mid server. But before installing the mid server, you also have to make some plan. Okay, there is a strategy you have to follow to install the mid server. Okay, there is some pre-understandable things, and you have to think based on the customer's architecture, how they have deployed their infra, right? Just installing one mid server in the machine, it's a very easy task. But when you are going to do this in a large scale, they have to make a plan. You have to make a deployment based on the customer's deployment infrastructure, because customer have a multiple environment. They have dev, they have a prod, okay, they have a QA, which is we can say the test, right? So that's required some plannings that we are going to cover in a proper sessions when we are doing, because it's required the time. Correct? All good to go, guys?
Sure, Jatin.
Okay. So as
Thank
per
you.
the requirement, let's discuss about something of the starting of the like when you are going to deploy the discovery. We can discuss about the discovery, because every discovery is ITOM component, because the ITOM have a 3 major component, which is discovery, service mapping, event. Okay. So all the 3 components have their own prerequisites. Okay, and you have to plan the things for every 3 components. That one component will require a separate planning to do, right? If you want to going to do the service mapping, you require a separate planning. If you are going to do the event management, you require a separate planning for that also, right? So let's discuss about the discovery. Okay, so just let me know my screen. Okay, once you see my screen, just let me.
It's visible.
Okay, it's visible. So yesterday we have seen like there is a, let me navigate to the table. So for navigating to the table, we all know like we have to put the backend name of the table, right? So I'm in a hardware class right now. This is, I can say, the hardware class or hardware table or the ServiceNow CMDB. Okay. If you are not know any of the class backend name or the table backend name, for the CMDB, there is a specifically module called CI class manager. You can use it. Okay. Under that, you will see all the classes, how many classes ServiceNow have under the CMDB. Okay. And what is the name of that backend, the backend name of that. And there is so more things you can do with this that we can discuss on our proper session when we are doing for the CMDB. Okay. Like how we can maintain the identification reconciliation. What is these terms? What is the health attributes and health configuration, where we require the CCC configuration, and that is a completeness, compliance, correctness. Okay, how we can maintain that, what we can do to maintain and make it the CMDB with not the 100%, but at least 90 or 95%. Okay, 4 or 5% we can vary, and all the customers will vary that numbers, right? The PDI, guys, so it's little slow. So you can see this is a configuration item table. Under that we have all the classes listed here, okay, which have the arrows. That means this is the parent, this is the child, and this is the child also, but itself it's a parent because that have their own child, okay, that I can say the child class. Okay, let's suppose I wanted to see the hardware class. I have to type the hardware. I have to click on that. So you can see configuration item have a child hardware, but hardware also have their own childs. Okay, if I can click on that, I will see the basic information. Under the basic information, I have a display name and the backend table name, which I have typed it to open that table. Okay, guys. So I'm navigating to the my machine, which I have discovered yesterday. So this is the record. I'm opening that record. Under that record, we have the data. So yesterday we have seen, like, when we run the discovery, it's giving me that data which is required for maintaining my inventory or for maintaining my processes of the item, and for doing some certain automations also I can use that data, right? Also my health configuration and identification reconciliation requires this data. Okay. Now, but when I put the IP address to scan that machine, it's not just I am giving the IP address. There is a backend, lot of backend things which is running. Okay, where under the discovery there is a 4 steps to completion of this data. Okay, when you start the discovery, it goes for the 4 step. Once those 4 steps is completed, you will see this data. Okay, that 4 step we can say, one is your SASAM phase. Okay, which is we can say the scanning phase. Then you have a classification phase. Then you have an identification phase, and after that you have an exploration phase. So these are your 4 phases: scanning, classification, identification, and exploration. Okay, every phase have their own certain work. Okay, first phase, the scanning phase, is a phase which is going to be checked that particular device when I'm putting the IP. Okay, and I'm selecting the Met server. It's going to scan that IP, how many network ports are open on that machine. Okay, because ServiceNow discovery runs based on the network protocols. It's not just like you are putting the IP address and it's known, okay, this is a Windows machine or this is a Linux machine or it's a network device. No, it's consideration. That consideration depends on the protocols which is running under that machine. If I'm running the discovery of Windows machine, it's required the WMI or WinRM service. So when I'm doing the scanning of that IP address, it will sending me back the protocol numbers of that service. The WMI runs on 135, WinRM runs on 1443, where have some certain 5433 and 5484. These some certain numbers, and they have some certain decompose range. Right. Same if I'm going to run the discovery for the Linux machine, so that have a protocol SSH, which have the number of port 22. Okay, which is going to be scanned by my scanning phase. Once the scanning phase complete, if it will find the port 22 under that machine, under that IP scan, it will consider that IP as a Linux machine. Okay. For the network devices, we have a SNMP. So SNMP itself have their own numbers, right? Once it's able to find, okay, these ports are available under that, it will do the classification. So the classification section is a part where service now going to be authenticate with this machine. Authenticate means now it's trying to log in under that machine. Correct? Because, you know, if I wanted to get the data of my laptop, I have to log in under that. Okay. So that means somewhere we have stored the credential. Correct? So under the discovery, we have a credential table. Here we store all the credentials. Okay. Whatever the credential we were required based on the machine, we do that. Okay. Once this is done, service now authenticated under that machine. Now it's classified. Now it's confirmed that's a Windows machine or Linux machine. Okay. Once classification done, there is a identification section was started. That identification section helps the service now to determine whatever the discovery it's running, it has to be create a new record. It has to update a previous record, because without this section, service now always create a new record. Whenever the scan start, it will create a new record, right? So for defining these things, okay, under that table, do I require a multiple records with the same name? That is not a best practice, because it's creating a duplicate records, right? So what we have to do, we have to update that record whenever next time the scan is going to be start. That is going to be done in under the identification section. Okay. Then we have a fourth step of exploration. So under the exploration, what we are doing basically, under the exploration, it's try to read the machine more. And what I'm saying more means it's going to read your running processes. It's going to read your install softwares. Okay, it's going to read your running softwares also. There is a MongoDB running, so it's going to read the MongoDB to see their clusters. Okay, their nodes, their instances under that DB. Correct. So that is how your discovery will complete their whole process. Once fourth step is completed, your discovery is completed. Okay. Now moving toward next. Once this is done, so see, we have discussed about we required a port. We discussed about we required a credential. So that is what? That is our prerequisite for running the discovery.
So Jatin, I have one question. So if there is any, so you told that for Windows Server we need 135, for Linux 122. So if there is any devices newly introduced, okay, how do we need to understand which port needs to be open or which protocol we need to follow? So how to understand
That
for particular device?
So basic. Okay. So for based on that, there is some certain already predefined things was configured under the service now. Okay.
Okay.
So that is already there. When you deep diving under these sessions, okay, you will learn why we required the port opening. When I'm saying the port opening, that means I'm talking about the network configuration. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the ITOM is a basically whole IT infrastructure part. Okay. You have to know, if I'm talking about the protocol, that means it's a AS number of that service, right? And the communication in the service now, when we are running the discovery. So when we install the mid server under the customer's environment, so that's a server, right? Where we have installed the mid server, and customer have different devices under there. But also in the data center, any of the data center, they have a internal security layer also. Okay. Based on that internal security layer, the one device cannot directly communicate to the next connected device. They cannot do that. Okay. Itself also, they cannot do the ping of the next IP. That's an isolated system, we can say. Okay. So our first requirement is we tell the customer, from my mid server, whatever the server you have provided me, you have to open the communication to your all the infrastructure components. Okay, that mostly the customer will do based on the subnets. You know the IP subnets. So when you have a one single IP, that we can say the IP. When we have a bunch of the IP, we can say the IP list. When we don't have the numbers, like we don't have the defined numbers IP, but we wanted to give the list of the IP, we can see it in the subnet.
Let's have a good day. I'm sorry.
Rajesh.
I'm sorry. I'll mute myself.
Oh, it's okay. Okay, it's okay. So that we can say the subnets. Okay. So under the subnet, there is some subnet structure numbers like /24/23. Okay. That we can say the AS number of the subnets. Okay. These numbers are defining under one subnet how many IPs are going to be allocated. If you are giving the /24, you have seen there is some of the IPs are coming, and after that, after the IP, there is a slash, and then 24 was defined. 23, 22, 20. That numbers is defining how many IP address you are going to get under those subnet. Okay, when you are putting the 24, that means you are going to get the 255 IPs, where the first IP is your network IP, the gateway IP, the last IP, which is 255, is your broadcast IP. Under that, you have 253 IPs total, which is going to be used by the clients. And the client is, it could be your laptop, desktop, servers, and anyone. Okay. For the understanding of this, in everyone homes, you have a router, right? The internet connection, you have put it and you are connecting via a wireless, right? So under your router, they have configured 192.168.0.1 or somewhere have like 1.0. Okay. So when you when they put this number and /24, so whenever you connect with your router, it will automatically give you the IP address. That is, we can say the DHCP, dynamic host configuration. Okay. Host configuration protocol. The last one is protocol. Okay. So DHCP is work to distribute the IP address to the connecting device. Okay. And the IP address is the address of your device. Okay. Now, when they put the /24, that means you have the range of the IP. Whenever the new device are going to be connect with this network, it will automatically comes on the range of that IPs. Okay. Because the range is start from 0.1, next IP 0.2, third IP 0.3. Same, it goes for the 0.254. Because 255 is the last IP. When you provide the 255 to any of the device, it's not going to be work. That's a broadcast IP. Okay. That is a terminology. If you wanted to initiate any of the communication to all the machines in your network, you can send the communication to that last IP. It will automatically send the transmission to all the machines. Your broadcast system is work on your disk connections when you're like watching the TVs and all. So that is works on the broadcast system. Okay. Now, moving toward the prerequisites. When you are going to run the discovery of ServiceNow, there is some certain prerequisites are there. Okay. So guys, anyone have any questions? Because I'm the guy who can talk directly without any break. So anyone have any questions in between of session? Just directly stop to me and ask your question. Everyone, anyone have any question? So I move. Okay, I'm moving. So as per the prerequisite, before running the discovery, when you initiate the discussion with the customer, first you have to understand the customer's infrastructure. Okay, how many environment they have, how many met servers you required under that customer environment, and what is the infrastructure you are going to be covered, what is you are going to be discovered under that customer's environment or the IT landscape. Okay. Once we complete that, we deploy our Met server to saying the customer to provide us the VMs where we can install the virtual machine, or like under that virtual machine, we can install our Met server, right? Once the Met server installation is completed, we can say the customer, okay, boss, there is a certain document from the ServiceNow side where all the ports and communications were written down. Okay. So those ports you required to be open under the network communication. When your Met server is going to be connect with any of the machine, so based on the machine, customer has to open the transmission between your Met server to the destination machine. Let's suppose you are going to run the discovery for customers, Windows machine, Linux machine, or network devices. So you have to give the requirement to the customer, boss, for these three types of devices. For the Windows, I required the WMI service to be open and the port 135 to be open in the transmission between Met server to Windows machine. Same for the Linux, but under the Linux, I required the SSH service where the port number is 22. So you have to open the network connectivity between those machines. Same you have to do with the network devices. where network device supports the SNMP service, which have the number is 161 and 162, which is a unidirectional port, which is, we can say, the UDP, right? UDP, unidirectional protocol. And these three things, okay, when you say the customer to open that, so whenever the new device are going to be comes in the same range of that, they have to make sure these services are automatically open. Okay, so that is the answer of I think Nikhil asked me, like, when the new device are going to be comes up, so how we can know what we have to do, right? So that is we have to do. We have to tell the customer, make a SOP under your processes when you are provisioning any of the device, right? That we can say the commissioning or decommissioning, right? When you are commissioning any of the device, you have to make sure you have to do this SOP fulfill for the ServiceNow. And the SOP is, you have to deploy, you have to make sure like the connectivity will be open for the device based on the device type. It's a network and whatever the device, right? I have told you the service and protocol name. If you are going to do the discovery for other devices, there is a ServiceNow documentations are already available. We can see the requirements based on the device. Okay, like Rajesh already knows that, like when you are going to do the integration with ServiceNow, there is a already KB articles documents are already there in the ServiceNow docs, which you can use. Okay, that is our first requirement, the network communication. Second is, because the second step of our discovery is classification, where it's do the authentication with the machines, like communication, connecting and login, we can say, right? So under that, what the ServiceNow is doing, ServiceNow doing is basically ServiceNow log into that device, but it's not a simultaneously connection. It's a connection in the background. It's not visible connection. Okay. So under that, you have to tell the customer. Okay. So there is a requirement for the credentials also based on the device type. Okay. If you are going to run the discovery for your Windows machines, you require the Windows credential. Okay. And the Windows credential supports two type of credential, where is a domain and second is your local credentials. Okay. SSH, the Linux machine supports your local credentials, which is SSH credential. SNMP for network devices, we have a SNMP strings. Okay, that we can say the strings, and strings have a version V1, V2, V3. Okay, so when we tell the customer, boss, you have to create a credentials under that machine and you have to share with us. Okay, and the sharing of the credential, it could be a possibility customer deny of that. Okay, like they cannot directly share with the, see, it's a critical component, they cannot share
I am not able to hear you, Jatin. Is it same for all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, he's reconnecting.
Yeah, sorry guys. I think there is some network issue. I just dropped automatically. I don't know. So, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know where where the voice my voice is gonna be stopped. So can anyone the last words what I have told you?
Like we can ask a customer to create a credential and share the credential.
Oh,
Um,
got it, got it. So for sharing the credential, like customer always denied you to share the credential. So we use the third party tools which is storing the credential in the customer environment. Okay, and we can integrate our ServiceNow with that tool so that whenever the ServiceNow discovery requires the credential, so that and under that step, ServiceNow talks to that tool to fetch the credentials and use those credentials, and after that the credential is wiped down into the ServiceNow, so that you are not storing the credential under the ServiceNow. Those are stored under the customer's environment itself. Okay, and those credentials also are rotational credentials, so we also not have to worry like whenever the credential are going to be changed, I have to make it change under that. No, tool is automatically do that. I just only have to run the discovery and I have to make sure like my service now it's able to communicate with that tool. And the tool is there is a lot of tools are right now. Your Azure Vault, you have CyberArk, and you have one more tool that is a very tricky name. I don't know. When I get, I will put it into the chat. Okay. So these two major prerequisites we require to run the discovery. So anyone have any questions on those prerequisites or process or whatever? Please ask. Now the session is open for the QA. So I can say no one have any questions right now. Rajesh, Nikhil, Poonam, Ajay, Venkat. There is a lot of people, guys. Okay. Now let's move toward these things. And so, who is going to be volunteer their system for today? I'm gonna be showing you to running the discovery for your own laptop. What the basic when you are asking for the credential, what the team is going to be do in the backend. I can show you who is going to be share their screen and who have the PDI and they have active plugin for the discovery.
Hey Jatin,
Yes,
yeah, I have PDA, but I don't think the plugin is installed or not.
no problem. So you can go to the active plugin section and who have the PDI, please guys do that thing. Go to the your homepage of the developer. Okay, go to the active plugin section. You have to click on the name icon of in the right hand side. There is an active plugin option. Search for the discovery. Activate that plugin. It will take at least 10 to 15 minutes to complete the plugin activation.
Give me a minute, Jatin, I will share my screen. Yeah, yes, Jatin. It is visible, right?
Yeah. So first of all, you have to go to this your developer portal, not this one. This is your instance. Okay. You have to go to the developer option where you have raised for the request for people. Okay. So click on your naming icon in the right hand side top. Yes. There is an active plugin option in the instance section.
Yes, yes.
Click on that. See, from here you can activate a lot of plugins for event management, discovery, and cloud management or all. Okay. So you have to click on activate and click on the activate plugin. For the discovery, don't do with the demo. Okay. Demo data, do with just activate plugin. Okay. When it's done, ServiceNow will send you the mail. This was completed. Okay. But right now it just take a 5 to 10 minutes. Anyone else who have the access? Can anyone do that? Or anyone want to use my PDI? I have the active plugin. I'm gonna tell him I can give you the access of my plugin of my platform. But they have to install the mid server under their machine if they wanted to do with that. Mike, you have installed the mid server under your machine?
Yeah, yesterday we have installed it.
Yes, you have installed. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's wait for few minutes. Okay. At the meantime, we can do the QA session. Continue. Okay. Once that plugin is done, we will do the backend thing for that. Okay. And at the meantime, anyone have any of the question and they wanted to do by their own self, just go in your developer portal and activate the plugin and follow us. We will tell you how to run the discovery for your own laptop. That you can learn when you are going to run the discovery for in the real time. Okay. So now this is the open session for the QA. Anyone have asked? Anyone have wanted to ask the question? Just ask.
So, Jatin, I have one question. In the ITOM, we have a CMDB, service mapping, event management, and discovery. So, if we want to learn only discovery, so it is possible like we can just work on the discovery part and the rest part we can leave, or we need to
Okay,
learn
so
CMDB along with discovery and the service mapping or event man. These are the interrelated.
yes, so basically all the topics are interrelated. Okay, but you have to first start with the discovery for understanding the process and all, right? Because
Okay.
that is a required session. But when you are doing the discovery learning, it is required first to learn your CMDB. Okay, because if you're not know about the service mapping, sorry, the CMDB, you cannot run the discovery, because when you run the discovery, the data is going to be stored in the CMDB, right? So
Okay,
at least
yeah.
you know the CMDB, how you have to manage that data, what attributes are gonna become, and those attributes, how many types of a relationship under that, and so on, so things, right? So it's a required thing. Okay. And also when you are going to work in the real-time environment. So see, companies are not considering the person who just only knows about the discovery. Okay, they have the consideration, but you know the scope is very little, right? But if you know the whole things, okay, but at least see, if you are a starting guy and you are doing the sessions, first you have to make sure to learn the whole topics, but make the good understanding under the discovery, because the rest of the things are interconnected, which you can learn when you are doing the working. But at least you can take the session with you can take the session with all the topics, because when you're taking the things from the trainer, it will give you the better understanding rather than to learning the things when you are doing the project. Okay, because under the project you don't have the time to learn the things, you have to work on that. Correct?
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah, that is the thing. So
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
No problem.
Hi Jatin, you told na if customer will not share the credential, we will use a third party tool. So which are that third party tools? Is there a
So
specific
these
name or will use third party tool?
okay. So there is a one or two specific name I will tell you. Like uh, one is your like CyberArk. Okay, you have your Azure Credential Vault. Same you have on the Cloud Credential Vault. Okay, and so on. So that have the things, but it's totally depends. Okay, like what the customer is using. Correct. Previously, one of my customer is using one tool. Just forgetting that name. Uh, it's a very tricky name, and it's not properly supported by ServiceNow. But we did the config integration with that so that we can fetch the credential from there. Okay, so when I get that name, I will tell you, but it's not a maximum. It's just a 2 or 3 tools, but maximum you are going to see the CyberArk under the machines.
Okay, thank you.
So Jatin, so we will be covering that part as well, using the third party tool.
Okay, so
Or
see, yes, that's a very good question, but there is a one catch, and the catch is basically these tools are a payable tools, and you cannot install directly into your system. We have the option, but we cannot use this under the training because the training videos we are uploading into the YouTube and somewhere else, right? But when we are doing that, it will make a strikes to us, right? Because those tools require licenses. Service now
so
itself
how
not
we will
giving.
learn?
See, I will tell you. I'm coming on that part. So basically, ServiceNow itself not providing you those kinds of alarm. Where ServiceNow also has to purchase some licenses, okay, for the third-party tools. But ServiceNow created their own documentations for the popular tool integrations. CyberArk is a popular tool. 80 to 90% companies are using CyberArk for the credential vault. Okay, so ServiceNow created their own documentation and video, okay, where they are telling you how you can integrate with that system and what attributes you have to follow for populating that data. Okay, so they have the document. You can use those documents to do the integration with that. I will try to give you the, if we are going to moving this one into the proper item session, I will try to do that if I found something based on the licenses, right? But we don't want to do anything where we require the license, but we are not purchasing that, right? Because it's very costly license if you are taking that.
Jatin, a question. If the customer is
Yes.
having huge environment, say around 10,000 prod servers only, so how many mid servers are required? Is there any calculation that has been done, or how is it?
Yes. There is a calculation. I will give you the some basic of that. How many numbers you have told me? The 10,000, right?
10,000 prod, yeah.
Right. So the mid server at a one single scan. Okay. As per the best practice, service now says you can run the discovery for the 3,000 nodes at a time, but it will also increase the timing of the scan. Okay.
Right.
So as per best practice which I follow, I can run the discovery at a time for 1,000 servers, and those discovery will take at least 2 hours. Okay. If I'm going to run the 10,000 server discovery, it will, for my case, it will take at least 2 to 3 hours. Okay. And it's also depends on the customer's server configuration. Okay. How they configure their devices. That devices have a lot of data, it will take a time. That devices have a lesser data, like they have a simple devices or they don't have running lot of services under that. So it will done in just few seconds, right? So it's totally depend on the machine. But if you're talking about the 10,000 servers, so I can say at least you can take 3 servers or 4 servers for doing this scan. And those 3 or 4 servers, I'm saying like 3 or 4 mid server host machines, right? I'm not saying like you have a one server and under that you are putting the 3 applications of mid server. No, I'm saying you have to take at least 3 identical host machines. Okay, 3 or 4. Then it will run in
Okay.
easy way.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Anything else you want to discuss, guys? Okay, so let's take a break for 10 minutes. We'll continue at 12:40 back. Okay. At the meantime, I think the plugin is also gonna be done. If not done, I will share my link and the credential for one of the user, and he can use my instance to do the discovery for their own laptop. Okay. We'll continue in next 10 minutes, guys. everyone, I'm back. Am I audible to you guys?
Yes, Jatin.
Yes,
Great. So let's quickly start the things and wrap it up our session, right? Let's learn something like how we have to run the discovery. So Manik, is your plugin is installed in your system? Uh,
No, Jatin, it is still showing like that only.
okay. Still, okay. So where you are checking? Have you checked your mail ID? Like, have you
Yeah,
got any
I
mail?
have checked. No, I don't get any mail.
Okay, that means it's taking time. So I will do one thing. Uh, but we have to follow the whole things like installing the Mid server and all, which we have already did it, right?
Yeah,
Sorry, there is a noise is coming. Anyone are saying something?
yeah. I got the mail just now. It is saying that the ServiceNow plugin activation failure.
It's failed. It
Yeah.
could be a possibility there is a issue is going on in the service now. Most of the time it's happened. No problem. So let's do one thing. So this is my instance URL. Who is going to be share the screen? Open that URL into their instance.
Can I share my screen, Jatin?
Are you on your home laptop or office laptop?
No, I have
make
an
sure.
office laptop actually.
No, we require the person who does not have the office laptop. He is on their own laptop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jatin. Username and password.
And guys, that is a see, that is a requirement when you comes on a training sessions. Please be with your own laptops, because you know in the office laptop there is some security restrictions are there. You cannot install some certain things in your laptop and you cannot do the discovery. Okay.
Yeah, yes, Jatin. You need that control access.
No. I don't require any control. I will give you one user. Okay. I'm creating one user in the system.
Okay.
The username is user is demo. Okay.
Okay.
Say the demo D. Demo D. Okay.
Okay.
This is the username. And I'm sharing the password and I'm giving the access to this user as an admin. Okay. Use this password to log in under that machine. Okay. Now you have the things, right? But under in your system, there is a one already running mid server is going on, right?
Yeah.
So first you have to stop that mid server and you have to redo the installation of this. Okay. So I'm telling you what you have to do. First, you have to go to the agent folder. press continue.
Can I click on continue?
Yes, you have to click on continue. Okay. Go to the bin folder, the top folder. And is your services stopped or running? Go to the services.msc. Press Window R in your keyboard, Window plus R.
Yeah.
Type services.
Beside the CMD or after removing the CMD?
Wait, services.ms. Pasted in your chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
click on
browse.
OK. No, click on OK. You are in the service tab. Now click on any of the service and press S key in your keyboard.
Yes.
S key. Click on any of the, first you have to click on any of the service so that that service will select it. Then press the S key, S for shift key in your keyboard.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you can see there is a service running called ServiceNow Mid Server.
Yeah.
Right click on that and stop this service. First you have to click, then right click, then you have to stop the service. First you have to select the service.
Yeah.
For the selection, you have to click on the ServiceNow Mid Server.
Where is that service now?
In the list of the services. Okay. First is secondary login. You have to go down. In the middle, it's ServiceNow Mid Server service.
Yeah.
Click
Right
on that.
click. Yeah.
Right click on that. Stop the service.
Yeah. Done.
So that service is done. Close it. Now go to the bin folder.
Yeah.
So from the last third, there is a install mid-nt. Right click on, just select and right click on that file and run as administrator. It's done. Go to the agent folder. Now we have to reconfigure the config file because now I'm going to be give you my instance details. Okay. So URL I have already given to you. So you have to go to the config file and change the URL which you have previously you have given your. Now you have to give the mine one. Okay. It's not going to be updated by here. Okay. You have to like go to the edit form. Okay. In the notepad. In the meantime, I'm creating one user. The username I have given you, and the password is same which you have given for your user. You have to do one more thing, guys. You have to remove this pod which is coming. Okay, colon. There is a photo, then double slash.
This is the username.
No. After that, the server. Server is a user.
The double
And
quote
also,
is placed in the
Manikanta,
HTTPS.
I think you have added the URL after
yes,
the braces. Yeah, you need to just add before, or you can just remove the
HTTPS.
HTTP.
Sorry.
Just remove that HTTP,
wait,
HTTPS.
guys, wait. We have created the thing. Manik, follow the instruction. So the URL start from double slash, right? Start copying from the double slash to end the .com slash. One single slash, okay? One single slash. Cut this one, just like copy or cut the control X.
Other thing.
Not whole double slash from the end, only one single slash you have to copy from the end.
Yeah, I have already copied.
Okay, you have copied, right? Now paste this one after the colon, which is coming from HTTPS colon, right? After that, you have to paste it.
Okay, here.
Yes, here, paste it.
Yeah.
You have pasted. Now,
Yeah.
after the double quote in the end, you have to put the slash back, because I have told you have to just select one single slash from the end, right? Yes, this is basically the ending of the comment, right? Or ending of this line, right? So now go to the password value. The value is coming as an encrypted. You have to change it with mine one, okay, which I have shared to you. And put the value under the double quotes. Whatever the value is coming under the double quote, remove that one and put this one. Yes. Now save it.
Did
The
you
name
change
you
that
can
mid-server?
make it. No. It's not have to make it. Just save it and go back. Okay. Now here is a start file. Run the start file with administrator access. First you have to select, then right click, then run as administrator.
So Jatin, I have one question. In the config file, we didn't modify the mid server name. So is it okay?
It's a name. It's just a name of whenever it's going to be a newer platform, it comes as that name, right? So it's
Okay,
not making any conflict or anything.
okay.
Yeah. Don't be worried for that. It's taking time to starting this service. Okay. now the service started. Go to these that services which we have opened, right? The services.msc.
Again, I need
Press
to that
window. Yeah,
Windows
you have to
Plus X.
click on window R.
Windows Plus R
Window
or Windows
plus
Plus
R.
X?
Window R. Click on OK. You have stopped that service?
No.
Okay. Just click on any of the service and press S key in your keyboard. You can see you are under the filter of that, and there is a Windows Met server which is running, right? ServiceNow Met server. It's on your cursor. It's on your cursor.
Yeah.
And if you take it your cursor toward little right side, it's showing like the ServiceNow Met server, ServiceNow, and status is running, and that status type is automatic, right? That means that service is running. Now go to the instance and go to the Met server table. You have to go to the instance, the my instance, okay? Go to the Met server list. This one, the Met server is there. Any of the, you can open any of the Met servers. Yes. I have a lot of plugins installed. That's why you are able to see the lot of things. Okay. So you can see right now it's doing some upgradation for your Met server because it's a lower version, right? And I'm on a latest version. So we have to wait it for the upgradation, and you can see this is already see guys, this is an example for you. When your Met server or your instance goes up into the newer version or any of the version, it will automatically upgrade your Met server versions also. Okay. You don't have to worry for that, like how much time it will take and how we have to upgrade the server. It's automatically upgrade the versions. Okay. So once this is done, or it will show us upgrade complete or comes as an up, we can move toward the validation part. Okay. The same thing we have to follow. Open that record. We have to validate that one. Okay. At the meantime, Manik, you have to do one thing. You have to configure the credential under your laptop. Okay. For configuring the credential, you have to go to the search box of your laptop in the below and search manage. Yes, there is a device manager.
Yeah.
Open this one. So this is basically it's we are in the device manager. Okay, close it. Can you close it, please? Let me check. It's manage under. Search for the computer manager. Computer management. Yeah, this one, the first one. Okay, now under the management, you have to go to the under that it has to be come with the user management. Can you click on the shared folders? Not here. Yeah, under the computer management, there is a shared folder.
Here, right? This one.
Yes. Okay, under there, it's not showing you the local user and groups, right? Can you click on this options and you have this, but it's not showing you under your system like what I required. So you have to do one thing. Can I search this from here? Put the user. Under this list, it has to show you the user and groups also, but it's not showing to you. I'm checking like how can I add it in your system here? Is it your Windows 10, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's why. Because under the Windows 10, on one document, it's saying that under the Windows 10, you cannot use it. So go to the control panel. You have to create the user from the control panel. So the mid server upgradation is already completed. Okay. So go to the user accounts. Okay. Under here, so there is a options to uh, like first is user account, change user account type, remove user account, right? So we have to click on the user accounts.
Yep.
Yes, the name. Okay, now click on manage another account. There is an option called add a new user in your PC settings. So there is a easy steps also there to create a users. Okay. So in the right hand side, wait, let me go to there and I will give you the steps because Windows 10 is a different configuration. That's why the ServiceNow demo, like ITOM demos, is very critical. Cannot directly give the demos. Okay, there is a command called net plvis, right? Those.
Yeah, pasted in the chat. From there, it can able to open the directly users.
Yes. Can you? Okay, there is a one command which is already shared by Anil, right? So you have to do the window R and type the net plvis. This one. You
No
have to remove
spaces.
all these spaces and all. Okay, now here you have the options to click add. So there is a in the end there is an option called sign in with my no, we don't have to do it. But it's saying why it's saying like we have to put the email address. I have to create a local user. I don't want to create any sign up for an
Can you
email
go to the
address.
advanced?
Okay, can you cancel it?
Click
Go
on
to the
advanced. Advanced, year advanced.
Okay, this one, the local user number, right? The server may not understand user account not be completed, user account will be in the control panel. So that does not have the that is I'm saying the Windows 10 does not have these capabilities. Wait, I'm gonna be give you one command. Okay, just close everything. Just close this one and be with this window, the user account window. Okay, press window R and type CMD. CMD command prompt. You have to open the command prompt.
That's it, right?
I'm typing CMD. C for cat, M for
CMD.
monkey, D for
Okay,
dog.
okay, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm typing one command. Use this one. So net user demo is your password and demo is your username also. Okay. Go to the CMD and type this command. There is an arrow icon, the down arrow. I can use this one to type it. Can you press enter, please? The user name could not be found. So this one. Okay, type this one. Wait, I'm giving you this one. Uh, just press up arrow key. Okay, give the space. Give the slash demo. Oh, sorry. Give slash and add. Type add. ADD.
That
Yes, add. Yeah, press enter. The system error 5 has occurred. Access is denied. Okay. Uh, can you open your command prompt as an run as administrator? So guys, this is also kind of a troubleshooting. Okay. We are lucky, like we are getting some errors here. Most of the times the same thing you're going to be faced in the customer side. Like sometimes the system admin team tell you like, I'm not able to create a user or something. So you can go to the calls and you can tell him to what they have to do. Okay. If you don't have something. Now, Manik,
Yeah.
close this one. Close this command prompt. Go to the search box of your Windows machine. Put CMD here. Now there is a run as administrator option. Click on that. Press yes when the dialog box comes to you. Okay. Now I have put it the whole command into the chat. Copy this one and paste it into there. Press enter. Your user completed successfully. User creation is completed. Now go to the box, which the user group box, which you have opened. Can you close it and go to that one? Yes. Go to the users. Okay. Can you is it option to refresh this? No, I think we have to reopen that one by pressing the window R. Remove this one and press net. When you type net, it automatically comes there. Yeah. First, I think you have to close this one to cancel. Okay. You have cancelled. Manik, are you doing something?
no.
Okay. Press window R and again open the net place. Click on OK. Now you can see there is a demo user was comes, but you can see their group is user. Okay. Now select your demo user.
Okay.
Right. There is a properties. Click on properties. Okay. Now click on group member. So click on administrator. Click on OK. Apply and OK. Click on apply and OK. Now that user is administrator, right? Now it's already part of the administrator. Close it. Okay, just click on OK. Okay, now the user creation done. Now we have the user with the demo. Okay, go to the instance. Now we have to done everything into the instance. First activate, refresh this tab and make sure your validation is completed for the mid server. Okay, don't open that record. Don't open that record. I will give you the easiest way to do that. Go to the mid server list. Select your mid server, which you want to validate. Not this one. The next one, there is a checkbox is coming, right? In the starting of this record.
Discovery.
Click on that one. Yeah, before that one, there is a checkbox.
This one.
No, it's select your whole list. So yeah, Every record have their own checkbox.
We need to open this one, right? Or anything?
Yeah, just go little down. There is a validation option is there in the related tabs. Just click on save. Now your mid server validation is started. Okay. Now what you have to do, go to the instance and search for credential. Scroll down. Under the discovery, you will get the credential. Yeah, open this one. There is a button called new. We have to create a new user here. So this is the list of the type of the user. Scroll it down. There is a Windows in the bottom. In the bottom, there is a Windows.
This one?
Yeah, click on this one. Okay, now give the name for Windows Demo 1. The name is Windows Demo 1. Okay, under the username, give the name demo, which I have given you, DEMO, and under the password, no, don't use the capital, use small. Same for the password also.
This one?
No, you don't have to use this one. The demo. The password is also a demo.
Yeah.
Is it done? Right?
Yeah.
Now save it. Save this record. Now this is done. Okay. The done. We have created the credential. Okay. Now do one thing. Go to the command prompt in your system command prompt. Type the command called ipconfig. IP, P for parrot. Wait, I'm typing. I have typed that. Yeah. Press enter. So see, there is a LAN Wi-Fi adapter where your cursor now, in the upper of your cursor, there is a number is coming 192.168.1.172. Yes, just wait. Don't scroll it down. In the middle of your output, there is a things, right? Yes.
Yeah.
This is the IP address of your laptop. Copy this one, which is coming from your router. Okay. This is not your public one. This is the private IP. Copy this one and close it. Okay. Now go to the instance. You don't have to, yes, don't paste it into the anywhere. Okay. Go to the instance. Okay. Now search for here discovery schedule.
Discovery history.
Discovery space schedule, SCH. Yeah. So you can see the discovery schedule is there. Yeah. Open this one. Click on quick discovery. Now here you have to give your IP address, the target IP. Now after we have a mid server, so select your mid server with the lookup using. Click on the search box. Now select your mid server. Click on OK. So now you have started the scan of your laptop. Okay. You are able to see the number record is there. Open that record into the new tab. This is your status record, the scan status record, the discovery status record, we can say. Okay. So it's scanning your machine. Scroll it down. It could be a possibility for this. Now you will get one error. Just refresh it. Click on refresh in the related tabs already there. Okay. Scroll it down. Click on devices. So under the devices, your classification is completed. Identification is running. You can say the completed activity is classified. Current activity is identifying. Right now your discovery is run. The authentication is completed. The machine is checking under that machine. Okay, that record is already available in the CMDB or not. Okay, based on that, it will take a decision to create a new record or update the previous record. Okay, but in our case, it's going to be create a record. So can you refresh this tab again? Can you refresh it again? So it's take time under the identification section. Okay, let's wait for that, and we are able to see our record.
So Jatin, I have one question. So we have just configured the Windows server. If we have a Linux server, then the same process we need to follow, or is there any changes?
Okay, so the Linux supports the different commands for the creating of user. Okay, but in the credential table, when you are creating the credential, here we have selected the Windows. In the Linux, we have to select the SSH credential for putting the username and password. Okay, because that username and password is going to be used to log in that server. Okay, and running the discovery state. Okay, like coming to the system, clicking on to discovery and this. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Can you refresh it, Manik? It's doing the identification right now. For the first time, it will take some time. Okay, it will take time.
Hi Jatin, sorry I lost my connection. After command prompt we type IP configuration, right? So after that what we did?
Sorry, Poonam, right?
Yeah. Actually I lost my
What's
connection
your...
for 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay. So what's your question, please? Can you please repeat it?
Yeah, like on the command prompt we type IP configuration, right? Then what
Correct.
we did from
So
that
basically,
point I lost.
IP configuration command is to give you the IP address of your machine. Okay. When you type that command, it will give you the IP address which is used in your machine. Okay. That's why we type it down.
Jatin, can we see the what logs, whether it is running, what that has been completed or not?
So it is basically coming into the ECCQ and logs. Logs will show you the platform level logs, like what is started, what is doing, and all. But if you wanted to see like what what step is running right now and what data is going, what data is coming back, it is coming on the ECCQ. It is a ECCQ tab, right? Where the
Right.
file, the number is coming as a file. So here you can see. Okay, you can click on that. Mani, can you click on that the ECCQ tab?
Yeah.
Yes. So here you can see like there is a Shazam runs. Okay, under the Shazam scan tool like WMIS and MPS, search, STP, PNR and all, right? Then
Okay.
there is a two times it's run. One, the the input and output. Okay, you can see the queue is output and input. Output means the communication sending from ServiceNow to Met server, and input is the communication which is coming back from the Met server to ServiceNow. Okay, that means first Shazam is runs, which is goes to that machine to scan the ports. Once the scan is completed, whatever the ports is found, it will comes into the input. Okay, so
Okay.
now it's able to find, okay, there is a WMI running, then it's run the WML, okay, as a output to fetch some basic information. Then it's back comes with the WMI where the classification completed. Now there is a pattern is running in the top. The pattern is basically nothing. It's a step of the queries which is running into that machine to fetch the data and send back to the service now. Right now that's running. Okay, so most of the time when the discovery takes these kinds of uh, like what we can say these many times to complete the scan. Okay, so it could be a possibility there is some restrictions on most of the time like under the PDI it will take that time. Okay, now you can do one thing, go to the device and again do the refresh because it's take much of the time. Now you can see the number is changed and you can see under the devices, there is your laptop name is coming, right? Correct. And it's saying like this is a created CI, right?
Yeah.
Can you reload again this tab? I can see the status is comes as uncompleted and my discovery is completed. Okay. Now, if you wanted to see what is captured when I run the discovery. So there is a CMDB CI field was there, and under the CMDB CI there is a laptop slash serial number then B brother, right? So that is the name of your laptop. That is the host name of your laptop. So if you can open that record into the new tab, it will give you the details about what is captured. Manik, can you open that CMDB CI record into the new tab? Yeah. So guys, you can see it's showing the name, the serial number, the manufacturer, the OS details, right? Windows 10, OS version, DNS, the disk space, RAM, and all the things. If you can go down, you will see the install software, IP addresses, everything. So this is how the discovery runs. So any questions on that?
So Jatin, sorry, I missed in the discovery status. You told we have a input and output process. So input means fetching the data and in the service now, and output means we are providing the information
Okay.
from service now. No.
Wait. First, you have to understand the concept. So if you want to scan some machine, first you have to tell that machine what you want, right? So when you are telling the machine, okay, boss, can you please help me to know your RAM? Okay, that means you are sending something, and it's run backend. It's running the command. Like we have used the command to run to fetch the IP address or to fetch the or to create the username. The same service now do. Service now run the command into that machine and fetch the output. So first, the output coming under the ECC queue, that is the command you are sending to that machine. Okay. Once the command runs and the output comes from the machine side, that is for the service now, that is a input. Okay.
Okay.
When you are sending the command, that is output. When you are getting the result, it's an input for you into the service. Okay. So that is the concept. Any
Jatin,
questions?
what are the patterns?
So basically patterns is nothing, but see, if you wanted to fetch the data from the machine, okay. So without the pattern, like what you want, what you are going to do, you are going to run the commands as step by step, right? Want the name, you can run the command for name. If you want the OS detail, you will run the command and all and all and all, right? So you will run all the things in the steps, correct? So also there is a one more thing. Before the ROM upgrade, ServiceNow comes with the upgrades, and those upgrades comes with the country name or city names, right? So before the ROM upgrade, ServiceNow works with the probes and sensors. Sensors means scanning, probes means the command which you are wanted to send to the machine. Okay. That functionality is same. When you want to when you want the name of that machine, ServiceNow trigger the probe. Okay. But ServiceNow sees, boss, when my developer want to customize these things, it has to do some coding or something, right? So ServiceNow comes with the pattern. So pattern is nothing. Pattern is a kind of a list of those steps. Okay. And that is comes in a GUI form where you don't require to do the code. Okay. It's a kind of a selection process, and it's an easy way to do the customization. So the pattern is basically the set of commands which is running on that machine. And under that, there is a lot of patterns. Okay, for the Windows, there is a one pattern, Windows OS pattern. Under that, there is a some set of commands to fetching the information. Okay, so that is your pattern.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So anyone else have any question?
Can you come down, Money? In the software installed, we can see only 3, right?
Can you click on that, Mani?
Software installed. Yeah. Can you go to the from your machine? Can you go to the control panel and click on this uninstall program? Control panel.
Okay.
Start from start. Control panel. Yeah. Click on the second one. Control panel. Start. Go to start.
Okay. Manik, follow the
command.
instruction. Right. Manik, follow the instruction. Go to the search box. Okay. Of your laptop. Search, install, or open the control panel. Open the control panel. Okay. There is a install a program button was there. The list, under the list, there is a install a program in the end.
Yeah.
Click on that. So here you have a list of programs, but in that list, it's coming with 3, right?
Right. We are not a see this Adobe or Geo something other one, right?
Right. So it could be a possibility It is because of the scans. Okay, let me check why it's not updated. So as per my checking, I'm able to see just only getting the Mozilla Firefox as output. Okay, it's only getting the 3 records as output when it's running the command for the fetching the install software information. So Manik, can you go to the discovery status? I'm gonna be show the Anil basically why it's populating the 3. Can you go to the ECC queue? Can you scroll it down, please? There is a install software input, right? In the end, there is install software, right? Open that one, the last record, by clicking on the date and on. So Manik and Anil and on. When we get the data, we got the data as an XML format. Okay. So can you? There is a what we can say. There is a payload button was there where the XML option was there. Can you little scroll up and there is a orange icon which is XML. Yeah. Click on that. Not this one. This is a toggle button. You have to click on the XML name, which is coming as an like orange. Yes. So, Anil, this is the output which we are getting when we are doing the command, when we are running the command for the getting the install software. Okay. So in the output, you can see it's only giving us the little information. That means that machine which I'm scanning, it's sending me the little data. And that is big. It could be a possibility that is because of the permissions of the user. Okay. And that is also because of when we are running the discovery, first time it's taken much of time. That's why it's not run properly. We have to run again the discovery so that we can get the data. So it's a kind of an assumption part. Okay. If the both of the things are not worked, okay, then we have to see why machine is not sending me the data, because this is not an issue in my discovery. I'm sending that command is sending me the less data. Okay.
Right.
Most of the time, if these kinds of problems comes, so these are the out of the box functionalities. First, you have to do some troubleshooting and you have to connect with the team who is the admin of that machine. Okay. You have to see like if that guy can do some changes over that machine to give you that data. If not, then you have to raise a case with the ServiceNow, like you are getting the wrong data when you are running the discovery. Okay, it's giving you the lesser data. So but again, the ServiceNow also first time comes to you like this is because of the machine is sending you the wrong data, but you have to ask the ServiceNow to provide you the step to do the troubleshooting under that machine. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So that is your answer, I think, right?
Right. Yeah. Because generally in any Windows machine, we will be having so many softwares, right? So when I checked it, when I saw it was only saw 3. So just want to check on that.
Correct. That's also hits me. When it comes 3, na, it also hits me like why it's sending us 3, because when you install the fresh Windows also, na, it will comes with 9 or 10 installed softwares.
True. Right.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is the things, guys. So this is the whole discovery. Anyone wants to discuss anything more, you can discuss it. Then I'm gonna be moved toward the part to removing the Met server and all, because it's a kind of security concern, like that person username and password is stored in my machine, so I wanted to delete those things and all, right? I wanted to remove that one first. So Manik, you have to follow the steps to removing these things. So first of all, first let's start from the mid server, because first we have to remove the mid server. So go to the services so that we can stop the service first.
Service,
Not yet. Press no services. You have to press the window R and services. Remove this one. Type services. Yeah, services.msc. Click on that. Okay. Follow the same step. Click on anyone. Press S so that you can go to the service now. Okay.
This one, right?
Right click on that. Yeah. Yes. Right click on that. Stop that service. Go to the agent folder, please. Go to the bin folder, the first folder of this folder. Uninstall this one via right clicking and run as administrator. First you have to select this. So now I'm deleting the user of this server. Okay, the server user. Okay, so the installation is completed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now great. So I'm deleting the user from my this list. Can you go to the mid server first? Press any key. Press any key. Okay. Now go to the mid server, please. Now select the mid server, this mid server, and for selecting the mid server, you have to go to the mid server here, and you will see there is a checkbox. Yes. Now click on action on selected row. There is a box in the top, and there is a delete. Delete this one. So it's going to take some time, and you can see it's deleted. Okay. Now the mid server, now the communication is deleted from your machine, from my instance. Okay. I am deleting the user also. That user is deleted. Now you can go to the credential table, please, because the credential table have your machine user, right?
Yeah.
Do the same thing here. Select your Windows Demo 1 user. Okay. Windows Demo 1. Yes. Now delete this one also. Now your record is deleted, right?
Yeah.
Now this things was done. Okay. From this instance, all the things was wiped it out. If you wanted to delete your record, the machine record, you can go to the discovery status. Okay, scroll it down a little bit, please. Okay, you have already opened in the new tab, right? The record.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, just go to that record. you will see the delete icon over here.
This one.
Your screen is in... Wait. You don't have to delete this one. You have to go to the record, the CMDB CI record.
This one.
Go, no. Go back to that one. Go back to that one. The discovery status. Go to the devices. Go to the devices. Mike. Yes. No. Don't select and delete this. There is a CMDB CI. After that, there is a laptop name is coming. Right. Open that record. Okay. Now go to there. Now there is a delete button was there. Just click on that and your record is going to get deleted. Okay, so that's deleted right now. If you can reload that tab, you will see no record was there. Okay, and you cannot find anything about that. And you can also delete this record also. Okay, if you want, you can delete this record also.
Here I can delete.
Will delete. Yeah, you can directly delete it this one. So your discovery status will be removed. Okay. Now go to the you can also remove your user which you have created, right? So that no one can use it. So just click on window R. Press window R in your laptop.
Yeah.
Type net and ET. Select this one and open. Select your demo user. There is a remove button. Click on yes. Okay, now this user is removed. Click on OK. Yeah. Okay. Now everything is removed. You don't have anything and no one can access your system. Okay. Now I'm going to delete your access also from my instance. Okay. So your user is deleted. Now you're no longer to access my system. Okay. So guys, this is the session for today. Thank you for joining with me. And if you have any queries, you can ask right now. Rather than I'm handing over to Palak and Shah for the rest of the things. Thank you guys. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thank you, Jatin.
Yes, any questions?
Jatin.
So is everything clear? Yeah.
Jatin, a question. In the real time, if the production server, after few days, if the server has been discovered and it has been updated in the CMDB, and later for the few days, and so the client was want to decommission that server, how this will be updated in our CI records?
So there is a two thing. First of all, when you're doing the machine decommissioning means that machine is no longer going to be available, right?
Right.
It's a decommission. So under the CMDB there is a two field which is installed status and operational status, correct? But both the field depends on the discoverable component. Those fields, for some components it's a discoverable fields, for some components it's a non-discoverable field. Okay, but if for the separate case, if you are asking for the discovery of Linux or any server, so in that case, when the customer is doing the decommissioning, they have to raise the request under the CMDB. Under your process or request, right?
Right.
You have to mention under that process, like whenever that request is going to be completed, that discovery, that field value automatically comes as an decommission. Because in the case of the server, when you run the discovery, your discovery is not updating that fields. Okay. So that is a part of your process. You have to make a process for that. And also you have a two terms of that. The second option is, see, we have a health configurations where we have a stale CI configuration, right? Under that, you can mention if the CI is not going to be discovered for some of the days. Okay, let's suppose there is some server which is missed from the decommissioning process. They are not marked as a decommission or something. So when any of the CI comes under the stale CI, it's not updating or discovered from last particular days, whatever the frequency was configured over there. So you can create a ticket for the CMDB owner, and that owner can check with the team, okay, these servers are available in the system or not, and why it's not updating. Based on that, they can update that field. But if you wanted to do with the like automation discovery, then you have to maintain those values under the machine. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Jatin, I have one question. Like, while discovering one device, suppose that name is constantly changing. Like, if name is Poonam, then if discovery is running, it's showing Poonam.google.com. Again, it's showing Poonam. Again, it's showing Poonam.google.com. So, what is the reason?
Okay. So first of all, these kinds of scenarios are not going to become, okay, because it's not an easy thing to change a device name, okay, in the real-time infra, because
Yeah,
why?
like no
Those
one like
machines under into
manually
the
it's not
domain. Sorry, Poonam, you're saying something.
Yeah, like I have checked in history. Manually, it's not changing from any user. It's changing from discovery.
Okay, it's changing from the discovery. So
Yeah.
I'm telling you why. So it's a desktop or a laptop? I think it's a laptop or desktop,
It's
because
Linux
under
machine.
this it's a Linux machine, and under the Linux machine it's changing the name.
Yeah.
It's not possible, because under the Linux machine it's a static name. So can you give me some example, like what kind of a name it's going to be give you? Like, is it comes with some alphanumeric number, or sometimes it's a host name? What is that?
Yeah, it's host name and our like domain. I cannot say that like a domain. It's my like related to project, but suppose host name is Poonam and google.com. So first, when Discord is running, it's showing Poonam. Again, it's showing Poonam dot google dot like Poonam google.com. Again, it's showing next
Okay.
day Poonam. Again, it's showing google.com. That's where.
Okay, so there is a one more catch over there. So that Linux machine is over the domain, or it's not part of any domain? Because as
That I
per
need to
my
check, I
knowledge,
guess.
yes, because why I'm saying right now, most of the infras I have seen, basically the Linux machines are not the domain supported machines. Okay, but there is some configurations comes in real-time environment. The customers putting their Linux machines under the domain configuration. In that case, you will see these configurations, because whenever you run the discovery, it will fetch the hostname. And when you are scanning that machine, if at that time any of the domain configuration or any of the domain process run on that machine, it will give you the domain. Because what is the issue is there, when the hostname commands will run now, it will give you the hostname of the what we call the logged in user hostname. Okay, in the domain part. When it's not in domain, it will give you the hostname which is configured as a local in the machine. So that is the problem under the machine, not in your discovery.
Okay.
Okay, and you can send that name to the Linux team so that they can check why it's sending you the hostname. Because there is a one file which is, we can say, the shadow file where store the credential and names and all. Okay, and there is a host file also where you can store the host names. behind the IP address. Okay, they will check why they are why this is sending you that different names. And it's a Linux what flavor? Like it's a RHEL flavor or Ubuntu or what?
I didn't check that. I will check tomorrow.
Okay. That also matters. Okay.
Okay.
Any more doubts? Okay.
Just one more doubt. It's more than like no doubt. So just checking with Jatin. Will you be also taking classes on CSDM, Jatin?
I'm taking, but it's totally depend on the curriculum.
Got it.
Yes, so the syllabus will be shared with you tomorrow. Okay, and then we can have a brief discussion on that. Also, we are having these queries from past few days that how to do booking. Like if we are not having the link, then how to do booking. So I will quickly share my screen to show that how to do the booking from website, from the official HackNow website. I hope my screen is visible.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So you just have to go to Google or any browser and just type here HackNow, hit enter, and you will see the first website. This is our official website. You have to go to this website. See, this is our website, and you can scroll down. You can go through this website and have a look. And just go to this contact. Go to this contact tab. Okay. And there you will see this button. Book your free 1:1 consultation. So click here. And you will see this. So what you have to do is if you want to book a free one-on-one consultation on the calendar, you can just select any date on which you are able to attend. For example, I will take 4th of June. These are the time slots that are available. You can select any time slot. I'll select 7 p.m. And you can add your name, email ID, address, phone number, and this add any special request. So whatever your special request and guest email. So if you're having your friends, colleagues whom you want to refer, you can add up their email ID here so that they can join this consultation call along with you. Okay. And if you have any special request, you can of course add here. So this is about the booking. Okay, but I will paste this. I will paste this link here in the chat box. Okay, so I hope now you got the idea. Still, I will drop that booking link. Yes, you can go through this. Okay, you can go through the website and we'll connect tomorrow. But please attend tomorrow's session. It is really important. Then we are having an incredible surprise for you tomorrow. So please join. It's the last day. Okay.
One quick
So
thing,
can we?
Purvi.
Yes, yes,
Can
Rajesh.
we expect the course curriculum by today itself? Like, no, it will be great. So that like no anything is there, we can just clarify it tomorrow also on that.
So tomorrow actually we'll be given more time discussing on it. Actually, we have to add few more updates. So that's the reason.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But surely you will get to discuss all the doubts. And tomorrow we will see in detail the whole curriculum in detail. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank
Please
you.
attend tomorrow's session. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Jatin, for this incredible session. And thank you everyone for joining this call.
Thank you guys. Thank you for
Thanks,
joining us.
thanks, Jatin. Yeah, bye.